All right, we have some breaking news, and this is just, I mean, each day we are in it. This is authoritarianism. We are here. We are here. Now, how the mainstream media is reporting this is that Comey is indicted after pressure from the president. This is not about an indictment. This is not about an indictment. Now, I have the president of the United States commenting on this indictment. I have his reaction to that. I have James Comey, who actually released a selfie video dropping a bomb on all of this. But before we get to that, I just want to point out what Brett Meisler said here, because I just want to make sure we're super intentional about what is happening and we are framing this in the right way. And I thought this was so smart because, as I said, the mainstream media is, I'm looking right now on my TV downstairs, says Comey expected to surrender tomorrow morning. This is not about Comey. This is not about an indictment. This is about the real story, which is that Comey is at the historic scandal of a president of the United States pressuring his Department of Justice to indict his political enemies. There's no need to mince words. This is one of the biggest scandals in American history. The charges were so bad that the original Attorney General of Virginia said, I can't do it. There's nothing here. And so then he fired that person and put someone else in place who would put the charges in. And that's how we got to where we are today. Okay? And the president is celebrating. Now, this is what they're saying is because of perjury, which is extremely hard to prove that he lied intentionally. But what Donald Trump said is, justice in America, one of the worst human beings in the country has ever been exposed to, is James Comey, the former corrupt head of the FBI. Today, he was indicted by a grand jury on 2 felony counts for various illegal and unlawful acts. He has been so bad for our country for so long, is now the beginning of being held responsible for his crimes against our nation. Make America great again. Okay. And here is how Fox News described it.
Let's not mince words here. I say this as a former Justice Department reporter. This was completely and totally orchestrated by President Trump. He says he's leaving it to justice, but he very much out in the open. Remember, he fired his own appointee as U.S. Attorney in that part of Virginia because he didn't think there was enough evidence to bring this case. Brought in White House aide, his former defense lawyer, whose job was to get this done, and apparently that has worked. I think we've become inured to this, but in previous administrations, any hint of contact within a criminal case would be a scandal on its own. And so President Trump, by the way he pulled the strings, has gotten his way with this initial indictment.
So there will be a trial and there will be the evidence and everything else. But this is, regardless of whether or not James Comey is found guilty, which he most likely will not, this is really about shutting up the rest of the people who are speaking up against Trump. And I don't know about you. I'm not going to shut up. Nope. This has made me even more pissed off. I'm going to talk even more. So if you're with me, please do hit like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 900,000 subscribers right now. And this is how Jesse Waters framed this. And I want to remind you that whatever they're saying is the opposite. So if he says it's not about revenge, it's about revenge. If he says it's about accountability, it's not about accountability. Let's listen. And then after this, I have James Comey's response.
These are actual crimes. Remember, they had to make up crimes to charge Trump. 34 felony counts, charges for a crime that have never been brought before in the history of our country. This isn't revenge, it's accountability. Biden gave Merrick Garland the green light to indict Trump, and they indicted dozens of high-ranking Republican officials.
Biden was not involved at all. I'm sure if Biden were involved, it would have happened sooner. Merrick Garland did that all on his own.
And hundreds of Republican activists. They put a lot of people in prison. They censured us. They debanked us. They spied on parents.
They debanked, they didn't debank you, Jesse Waters. They debanked Trump, Donald Trump Jr., because of their involvement in January 6th. I think the greatest sin of this nation after slavery is going to be the fact that we did not put that man behind bars when we had the opportunity, and now we're all suffering for it. I don't want to attack Merrick Garland, but on some level, I feel like this is all because of his lack of responsibility of handling Donald Trump's criminality. Because the American people did what they were supposed to do in November of 2020. We got the guy out of office. And then what Trump could have done is just said, all right, I didn't win this one. Maybe I'll get them next time. No, instead he tried to change the results of the election illegally. And what should have happened next is we should have prosecuted him for it. And because we never did, and because he ran again and he won, we're now in this situation, which is not great. By the way, this is not great. This doesn't end well. And by the way, I don't even like James Comey. Fuck James Comey. Part of the reason why we're here is because of this stupid fucking email thing a week before the election. So fuck him, but also fuck Trump.
So this is nothing. So far, the Trump DOJ has indicted 2 Republicans, John Bolton and James Comey. And why would we believe Comey's side of the story? He lied about Russia for years.
Didn't lie about it. We are living in truly bizarre times. All right, CNN has a compilation of Trump attacking Comey that we'll probably use in court. We have some news about Comey's son, but let us watch James Comey's video where he addresses all of this right now.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Okay. Kind of a fierce video. I gotta be honest. Maybe I shouldn't have said fuck James Comey before watching it. No, still fuck James Comey. But that was a good video. That's what he should have said. That's what he should have said. Now, CNN has a compilation of Trump attacking Comey. We can watch a second of it. Just
Comey and all this, sleazebags.
Comey lied to everybody.
yeah, we get it. I mean, he attacked him left and right. And as I said, I didn't know this. Apparently, both of his children work for the DOJ. James Comey's his son-in-law, steps down from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Eastern Virginia immediately following Comey's indictment. So there's going to be a lot more fallout from this. We're going to follow. There's going to be a whole trial. We're going to follow the whole freaking thing. Okay? America's on trial right now. Law and order is on trial right now. Okay? This is not about James Comey. This is bigger than that. This is about democracy. This is about rule of law. This is about, can the President of the United States put the entire weight of the federal government against his enemies and just be allowed to do it? That's what this is about. So we're going to follow it all. Okay? And I'm sorry I sound a little pissed off. I'm kind of pissed. I hope you are too. If you are, hit like. I'll see you next time. Bye.